We have a lot of cheap smartphones from China, and I just came across a cheap Bluboo Picasso 4G device that gets most of the basics right for the low price of just below 80 bucks. My name is Linus, learn more in the full review. The phone ships with all the usual stuff, no extras included. The Bluboo Picasso 4G does not sport any exceptional looks, but it is quite a well-made phone. However, it doesn't sport neither a metal trim nor metal buttons. Speaking of the display, the 5-inch 720p panel is pretty sharp and bright for a cheap phone, but we have those visible bezels on each side. It's great that we have a 5 megapixels front-facing camera, but there is no LED notification light. As for the main camera, there is a 13 megapixel shooter. The loudspeaker quality is kind of mediocre like on most of the cheap phones. The Bluboo Picasso 4G runs on a little outdated MediaTek 6735 chip with a clock speeds of 1 GHz. Also, the phone has 2 GB of RAM and 16 GB of expandable storage. Honestly, the spec sheet does not really impress, and that translates to a mediocre gaming performance. You should expect quite a few skipped frames even if you play games like Asphalt 8 on medium graphics. The phone ships with the Android 6.0, but we have a few added features by Bluboo. For example, the app tray has been removed for some reason. On a positive note, we have the NFC feature. Some of the extra features include a variety of gesture and motion controls. Some of them work well, but others are very slow to respond. In general, the UI performance is okay. I didn't have any lag, but if you install a lot of apps like I did, you should expect a little bit of stutter from time to time. You should never expect any miracles from cameras of budget phones, and the Bluboo Picasso 4G is no exception. Most of the images will do the trick for social media, but they could definitely have more detail and sharpness. Obviously, the quality decreases in lower lit situations as on all cheap phones. The selfies won't look as sharp as you may expect, but it may be enough for social media.
Currently I'm shooting with the Bluboo Picasso 4G. This is handheld footage. It's a very cloudy day.
As for video, the quality of footage is kind of poor like on most of the cheap phones. When it comes to connectivity, the phone does everything quite well. The GPS lock speeds are fast, but it could be a little bit more accurate when you use it with navigation apps. The 2800 mAh battery performs quite well. I could get about a full day of moderate usage out of this phone, which is a pretty good result. The Bluboo Picasso 4G is not going to be your next powerhouse device, but it gets the basics right. We don't have any exceptional looks, but the phone is well made, it is compact to carry around, and the user interface has some cool extra features. You can also take some okay looking photos, and the battery life is pretty good thanks to quite a large capacity. However, the processor is a little outdated if you are a spechead, there is no notification LED light, and the phone lacks premium materials in the construction. At the end of the day, the Bluboo Picasso 4G may not be the only cheap device out there, but it gets most of the basics right. However, you have to consider if the previously mentioned shortcomings are important to you or not. It was Linus, thanks for watching, and if you guys have any questions, please drop me a comment down below. Also, please visit gizmochina.com for all the latest and greatest Chinese tech news and reviews. See you soon.